Everyone, welcome to another episode of Daily Energy, your news before the news. This is going to be a mix of daily predictions. I'm your host, Orea Eden, and I want to take the time to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the world, past, present, and future. My heart goes out to y'all who have experienced a loss. I know for some of you this day isn't easy. Friend, I'm here with you, okay? You're fighting in the physical, but they're still with you in the spiritual, okay? So I want you to know that. And for all the others here, the future mothers, I want you to know that there's more to mothering than just giving birth. There's more to mothering than just giving birth, okay? So I want you to know that there's so many people out here in this world that need someone like you in their lives. Me, I have my mother, okay? She's always been with me. I'm grateful for that. But I also had surrogates. I had my Aunt Brenda, my Mama Granny, my Mama Lena, my Aunt Tina, my Aunt BJ. I had my Mama Cynthia. I have my Mama Cynthia, actually, because she's still here. So I have surrogates, you see, in my life that they all raised me. It took a village. They all shared little nuggets with me. Some of them were cool, calm, and relaxed. Some of them were hardworking. Some of them were just humorous, just funny. I'm telling you, but I am grateful for all of them. And I see, when I look at the woman, I see the strength of a woman. When I look at many of you and I read some of your comments and I read some of the things that you've gone through, I see your strength. One day you will get what you deserve. One day you will get the gratitude and the appreciation that you deserve. And I hope today is that day for you, friend. Okay? I'm grateful for you. Okay, so as far as the predictions today, today is, since it's Sunday, it's going to be a very spiritual day. It's a day for self-care. It's a day for friendship. This day has a good basis. It has a solid foundation. It has a grounds for let's just all get along. Let's kumbaya. Let's do it today, right? So we're going to let that be the energy. I'm hearing, we are supposed to listen and we are supposed to pay attention today and be in attendance. Okay? Show up for those who have showed up for you all your life long to this day. All right? So, here, pay attention, listen, attend, notice, make a note. So this is what we're going to need to do over the next 1 to 3 days or 4. I am also picking up something about messages coming in, news about fish and seabirds. So I'm getting a lot of oceanic type energy coming in here. Okay, I'm also seeing that we're going to need over the next 1 or 3 days to watch out for people who want to exploit and swindle. So we're going to see a lot of this energy come up in the news, the exploitation and swindling. Oh, and let me tell you, by definition, that's a shark, right? A shark, someone who exploits and swindles. Okay. Now, that's their definition, okay? I didn't say it. But so I am picking up on shark attacks, something about a surfer coming in. I get surfing and shark attacks. There's a connection there that we'll hear about over the next 1 to 3 days or 4 here. I'm also seeing a lot about government consultations or something like that coming in. I'm picking up on Muslim, a lot of overseas activity. The lot of the energy that came in today, I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't understand none of it. You know why I didn't understand none of it? Because it's speaking in a different language. And all I know that it's something happening overseas. There's a lot of stuff going overseas because there's a lot of overseas uh, like communication coming in, and I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Okay. Past Guten Tag, Guten Morgen, and yeah, I don't know. It's Sukran. I don't know what that means. Okay, but I do see Quran activity coming in here. Here, so I'm picking up on India, Pakistan, that type of stuff coming in here. So more communication about that going on over there. So a lot of good food, a lot of good food, a lot of family gatherings today. And that's good. You know, spend time with family, spend time with friends, that type of stuff. Today is a good day for this to happen. I am picking up on over the next 1 or 3 days or so, there's going to be a lot of people affected by allergies. So allergies may come up in the news over the next 1 or 3 days or so. Okay. As things start to get dry, and the pollen from the trees and stuff, and the weeds here start like growing and doing what they going to seed or whatever they do. I'm seeing here that it could cause a problem. It could cause a problem. So one of the things I'm seeing is allergies, and another thing is bronchitis. So this could be bronchitis. People having throat issues here, their throat chakra. It could also happen in cattle, sheep, and pigs. I'm seeing. So we'll hear something about that. I'm also seeing something about Ukraine coming in here. And possibly even hearing about the history of how Ukraine gained this independence in 1991, because it's talking about a nationalist movement that established the independence of Ukraine in 1991. I thought it would have been a lot longer than that, but it was just 1991. So that's interesting. So we'll hear something about coming up about Ukraine over the next 1 or 3 days or so. I'm also picking up about an Arab marketplace, and it doesn't have to be an Arab marketplace. Over the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so, we're going to see something coming up about a shopping complex, a mall, galleria, that type of thing. So I'm also getting shooting energy here. So because I'm getting shooting energy, shopping complex, malls, galleria, they're on my hot list. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I know something. It's highlighted for a reason. So we're going to see some closures. We might see somebody go in and do something that affects the facility, but yeah, I'm seeing that, okay, because I'm trying to be careful about what I say, because I don't want to say it I don't want to say it. So, but I see that over the next 1 or 3 days, it will cause a lot of people to feel upset and worried, okay? I told you I'm picking up on a lot of sea activity. I'm picking up on floods and ships, okay? Floods and ships. And so I'm also picking up on, we're going to hear more about the accommodations for the refugees, and different safe houses and places of shelter and stuff. And also today, sanctuary, because that's where many will be going today, to a sanctuary. But that's what I'm hearing. This could have something to do with the immigrants, but places of shelter is significant. And then I also read something about, homeless veteran housing is coming up here as an approval was signed for that. So good for you. Okay. Now you're headed in the right direction. Okay. You're headed in the right direction. All right. Help those who cannot help themselves, because we're only as strong as our weakest link. We're only as strong as our weakest link. You know, when I was in the military, I got mad at that, right? So I was RPOC, okay? And then I stepped down from RPOC to be AROC because I ain't know the difference, right? I didn't know that if I would have just stayed RPOC. But no, I stepped down from RPOC to be AROC, which means I stepped down to be a singer, okay? And I was the one that says 1, 2, 3 or 4. You're 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That type of thing. So I stepped down to do that. But when that was the case, I didn't know that when you in a leadership position, you responsible for everything everybody else do. So somebody got in trouble. I had to report it to Chief. And I reported it to her. And guess what she did? She IT'd every last one of us. Oh, I was so hot and heated, I was mad. I was like, why did I even tell you that if you was just going to punish us all? I was so mad. And then, I understood it. It's because we are only as strong as our weakest link. You see? And knowing that if we push each other as a whole, then we would be able to raise each other's standard up as a whole. And so when the enemy comes in, we will be stronger as a unit, and we will be able to focus as individuals in that unit and not have to worry about carrying the next person over. You see? So we are only as strong as our weakest link. So taking this time, and this is culturally as well. We are only as strong as our weakest link. All right? So we must unite as one, because what's coming is going to require us to band together. And I'm talking about as a whole in the world. In the world. Okay? And you have to put aside your biases and difference to a certain extent, to where you can come together and be strong. You remember that episode? What was it? Planet of the Apes. It wasn't an episode; it was a movie. Planet of the Apes, and he took those sticks and he put one stick together. He took one stick, and that one stick just broke. But then when he put a lot of sticks together, and it was harder to break those sticks, just like that. We must put aside our petty differences and come together so that we can be strong to the point to where we're unbreakable. And in order to do that, you first must become strong on an individual level so that you can be strong as a group. I have learned that in order to lead, you must learn to follow. You see? And before you follow man, you must learn to follow God. Okay? Listen, before you follow man, you must learn to follow God. You see what I'm saying? And when you follow God, that gives you even more strength, even more assurance, even more bravery, even more protection. You'll if you don't know, you'll find out. Okay, just continue to pursue. All right. So I'm picking up on stuff, a lot of stuff coming in about livestock. I've been hearing about livestock for a while, specifically cattle and horses, here. But now we're seeing sheep and pigs. I don't know what's coming up with this per se, but energetically it's telling me that something's getting ready to go on there. All right. And prophetically, we know that something's getting ready to go on there. All right. So I'm also seeing stuff coming in. I've been picking up about tea. Now, with this tea, it could be actual tea, but what was it? The Boston Tea Party, and then and I think it was Fort Worth, they had something going on about something called TEA. But I'm picking up something about tea. It could be the actual tea, or it could be something about some group called tea. But I'm seeing tea. All right. Here. I'm also seeing here something coming up about baby food as well. Okay. More about Germany. Here. I'm picking up on something coming in about Germany. Germany is doing the border thing too. Like putting from what I think I heard anyways, is that Germany is beefing up, the security at their border and stuff like that as well. So they're not going to be letting people in just to be letting them in. All right. So per se. All right. So I'm also seeing here. Did I tell you there's a possibility for a flood here over the next 1 to 3 days or 4? I'm still picking up about that. Let's see. I'm also seeing, okay, not only just the allergies, but this could also be more about the measles. I'm seeing like redness, like spots and stuff like that. That could be like bumps, humps, lumps, that type of thing, because I picked up on that yesterday. Here. I'm also seeing reckless, impulsive, foolish, and indiscreet behavior, hot-headed behavior here over the next 1 to 3 days or so. And that starts tonight. Okay. Unfortunately, that starts tonight. All right. So a lot of people end up getting into it later on tonight. And guess what tonight is? Okay. It's a full moon. All right. It's a full moon. And so because today is a full moon, you know what happens around full moon energy. So there's going to be a lot of disagreements, a lot of confrontations between, I'm going to say it starts off about maybe like about 9 o'clock tonight, here I'm picking up on. So you want to, communication could be an issue. Let's just say that. And so it's better to just walk away. All right. Here. So although this fighting type energy is in the energy, I say it's better to walk away. We'll also hear something about career coming up over the next 1 to 3 days. Something that could be irritating when it comes down to career. I'm seeing someone charged for a shooting incident or something along those lines. We'll see that come in the news over the next 1 to 3 days here, and possibly something about execution. Okay, so not only are they trying to charge this person, they might also be trying to seek the death penalty here. I'm also seeing attacks and captures. So that's still going to be in the energy. I'm picking up on college students, fraternities, and sororities over the next 1 to 3 days or so. The amount of pay is going to be an issue over the next 1 to 3 days or so because we're dealing with career. Okay, so somebody's check the math might not be mathing. And so we might hear something about that. I told you something about DART before. I'm picking up on DART again. Not now. I did find that there was a DART competition going on. And so I don't know if that DART still competition is going on, but I'm picking up on something about DART, whether it's the cups, the buses, DART makes phone cups, the cups that you drink, like McDonald's and Sonic and stuff like that. DART makes those cups and plates and stuff like that. And then there's also DART in like Dallas, Texas, transit. And so it could also be that. But DART, we'll hear something about that in the news over the next 1 or 3 days or so. Okay, so there's a lot going on because this is the second time DART has been in the energy. All right, so a lot of like scrambling here. And I feel like there's some type of like attack that happens that causes people to run fast and scramble. I hate saying it, but I see assault, okay? Break-ins and stuff like that I'm seeing here. Somebody by the name of Sally, okay? Sally has been in the energy. I don't know if Sally is living or if Sally is on the other side of the spirit, because sometimes I get people come in to me from the other side. Okay, I have mediumship gifts, and so sometimes the other side comes in too. So I don't know if Sally's trying to tell me what happened to her, like Kia, but sometimes they try to tell me what happened to them. Okay, but I'm getting like sudden intense feelings. So go with your gut feeling here. All right. So go with your gut feeling. Tsunamis might be an issue here. We've had several earthquakes, and now I'm seeing waves. Okay. Now I know I'm talking about surfing, but I told you I see a lot of oceanic activity going on. So shark attacks, surfing, stuff on that. But it could also something happen in the reef, but it could also be a massive wave. It could be a tsunami. Okay. It could be a type of foam that's in the ocean. I'm picking up on all of these things coming in, and I'm picking up on some worldwide type energy here that, what affects one, it affects us all. Okay. What affects one will affect us all. All right. So something about Indonesia coming up as well. I see some kind of request for donation of some sort here as well. Music has been in the energy for a while, and this is a day to listen to good music, to get motivated, to get inspired, to feed yourself, feed your internal self. Okay. I'm picking up on spirit, spirit. And so you want to feed your spirit. You want to nurture your spirit. Okay. Today, your spirit, your personality, your inner self, your being, your true self. You want to nurture your true self here today. Okay, I'm also seeing people being interrogated and asked a lot of questions over the next 1 to 3 days. A lot of cross-examination will take place, as well as appeals and petitions here as well. I see begging and I see suing. So it could be, court cases here, and it could be like appeals to like authoritative bodies, so to speak. Okay, so I see a lot of demands being placed here. over the next 1 to 3 days or so. I'm also picking up on Egypt, more specifically ancient Egypt here. And so, you know, I'm not certain as to what that's going on there. It could be something going on there. I'm just picking up on Egypt, but I know what's going on there. It's more of like the spiritual upgrade. And a lot of people, if you notice, a lot of people are talking more about Kemet, and they're talking more about awakenings and stuff like that. But I told you, they're going and they're digging up stuff, and they don't know what they be digging up out there. You talking about a time to where they had some powers back in them days. Okay, they knew some stuff. They could make some stuff happen back in those days. And you going up there and you digging up those old bones, and you messing with them graves, and you're putting them on display. And I'm telling you, I looked in one of you. I'm not going to tell you what I saw, but I looked in one of those display cases that you had on display, and I saw something in it. Okay, and now when I say I saw something in it, I saw something living in it. Okay, so I don't know why people feel the need. It's one thing to know about history, but you are digging up people's graves, dude. Did I just say dude? I did. But I feel some kind of way about that. You're digging, like, no respect for the dead, right? No respect. And you don't know that sometimes when you do that, you displace that spirit, and then that spirit is now out and about looking for another home because you done displaced it. Have you ever heard of a jinn? I'm just saying, you're up there digging up old bones. I digress. Okay. So, I'm seeing a lot of, like, your dog's gonna be barking and stuff tonight. It's the full, like I said, full moon energy coming in. So animals are gonna be animaling. The animals are gonna be animaling. That's the new animaling. Okay, they're gonna be out there doing it. Okay. I'm also seeing more about ash and burning of substance. This could be Ashley again coming in the energy. There was an Ashley. She did. I don't know. She got a trophy for cricket, or I forget what that sport was, but it was one of them sports. I'm also picking up about England, Australia, produced and approved. So I'm seeing something about production and approvals. Okay. When I say production, I'm actually thinking that's more along the lines of film. Okay, energetically, it has something to do with film. So it's like the movie energy industry. So we're going to hear more about that coming in. And that might have something to do with the tariffs that are supposed to be placed on that or here. So, but I'm also seeing approval, okay? So over the next 1 to 3 days, go put in them applications, okay? Put in them resumes, put in them applications so they can put that stamp on and say approved. You have been approved, okay? Because there is a chance you just may be, because energetically it's telling me that that's what we will see. All right. So when it comes down to alcohol, we'll hear more about alcoholic consumption and the fetal alcohol syndrome. Okay, fetal alcohol syndrome is something else that I'm picking up on here as well. Okay, something coming in about priests and monks. Could be that today is just sunny, and that's what I'm picking up energetically. But we'll hear more about that over the next 1 to 3 days. Could be the Pope, okay? But priests and monks, okay, we'll hear about, okay? So people are going to be going through things here, fortunately. So be considered over the next 1 to 3 days, because I do see mass transitions into the spirit. I see loss, okay? But I also see completion. All right. People are going to be talking about discharge. people being discharged from the military, that type of thing. Um, um, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to talk about that, but conduct will be an issue too over the next 1 to 3 days or 4. Um, I am also seeing something coming in about the countryside, and I'm also seeing something coming in about search and rescue. Search and rescue is going to be a thing here. I feel like, I don't know if it's going to be a missing person. I don't know if it's going to actually be a flood. I'm picking up on flood, so it could be a flood. Someone go missing, and there's a search and rescue type situation that takes place here. But I am seeing some kind of search and rescue happening over the next 1 to 3 days or so. I love you, my friend. Once again, happy Mother's Day. Hearts go out to you at this time. You get a heart. You get a heart. You get a heart. Hearts go out. Hearts go out. Take care. Bye.